What's up residents, Alistair here. Welcome to New Dangerville. Today we're going to go over one of the scariest monsters designed for the Godzilla franchise. Something that takes inspiration from the body horror movies of the 80s. A creature so terrifying that it never even made it to screen. Let's take a look at the scariest monster you never got to see. Let's get to it. In 1994, an American Godzilla film was set to be made that was faithful to the king of the monsters we all came to know and love. He was going to be produced by TriStar and directed by Jean de Bon, who wanted Godzilla to truly be the god of all monsters and would fight other giant monsters for supremacy. It was shaping up to live up to the name Godzilla. But after some issues with nailing down the budget, it ended up in production hell, and TriStar handed the reins of the film over to Roland Emmerich, who started from scratch and turned Godzilla into a giant mutated iguana and removed any other monsters from the film. If you want to hear more about the production, check out our recently released documentary that goes over everything you need to know about the unmade Godzilla film. We go over what Godzilla would have even looked like in the film, designed by the legendary Stan Winston. But what about the other monster? What did the artists conjure up for the production? The Griffin was a monster genetically created by an alien race to be used as a method to wipe all living creatures off the face of the planet, making it fit for colonization. But this design isn't the only way it can look. It actually takes many forms. So let's start from the beginning. The Griffin actually starts its life in a meteorite, which is sent by the alien species towards whatever planet is their target. Once it crashes into a planet, the meteor cracks open like an egg, and a liquid metal-like substance called the probe leaks from the shell and begins to home in on the nearest biological organism. What happens next is truly disturbing. The probe starts to leech onto whatever host it can find and begins to imitate them, and when it comes across more animals, it latches onto them, pulls them in with its horrifying tentacles, and takes both forms using whatever parts of the body it wants. If this sounds familiar to film fanatics out there, it bears a striking resemblance to The Thing from John Carpenter's 1982 film. A being that crashes to Earth on an alien ship and starts to assimilate whatever life forms it comes across in a disgusting act of melding their flesh and bone together. There's truly no telling when the animal stops being alive and conscious and when it becomes one with the Thing. After it combines with multiple creatures, it has the ability to transform into a gigantic beast with a combination of all the body parts from the organisms it absorbed. So imagine seeing a creature this sickening in an actual Godzilla film. In the unmade Godzilla screenplay, the first form the probe takes is a large, horrifying bat-like creature with a 12-foot wingspan called a probe bat. After absorbing the whole colony in a cave, many of these monsters fly out and proceed to assimilate whatever organisms it comes across to add to its gene pool. It pulls in snakes, pumas, deer, and even humans to create the ultimate life form, absorbing all their strength, anger, and intelligence. Once it's reached a size large enough to take on Godzilla, it bursts out of its cave as the Griffin, a hideous 260-foot-tall beast with the wings of a bat, the body of a puma, the arms of a human, and a multi-headed tongue of snakes. It's said that its tongue is actually a reference to King Ghidorah, since it's a three-headed hydra, very similar to what we see on the devil with three heads. The Griffin engages with Godzilla in New York and is powerful enough to throw the king of the monsters around and push him into buildings. In regards to attacks, the Griffin uses its claws and teeth to tear into the flesh of Godzilla, also utilizing the tongue to latch onto the skin. The Griffin also has an electrical ability which can combat Godzilla's atomic breath. firing electrical charges from the membrane of its wing, which is strong enough to make Godzilla scream in pain. The creature is also quite intelligent and is able to learn very quickly about the best attack maneuvers and how to injure the king of the monsters. It even has the ability to access the memories of humans to learn from their experiences. From this, it was able to learn that the amniotic fluid weakens Godzilla and use that knowledge against him. In terms of durability, the Griffin can stay alive even when body parts have been completely removed. Once he was decapitated, the body was still acting independently and swiped and slashed at Godzilla in a last-ditch attempt to take him down. In terms of weaknesses, because of its wing size, it found itself at a severe disadvantage when in the water, somewhere Godzilla exceeds in combat. Godzilla almost drowned the creature, and its wings were unable to find momentum, splashing around in the East River. The only way to truly stop the Griffin from functioning was by destroying the entire body with his atomic fire. Once there was nothing left to attack with, the Griffin's head ceased its movement and Godzilla won the battle. The model, designed by Stan Winston, showcases this beast in all its glory, and it would have been amazing to see on the big screen, but alas, that never came to be, since Roland Emmerich hated the idea of monsters fighting and called the genre boring. Although it's not a complete waste. Several ideas made their way into the design of Auger from Godzilla 2000. An alien creature that absorbs genetic material to grow into the ultimate creature in order to conquer Earth, making it fit for colonization. Maybe, in the future, we'll be able to see the Griffin in a piece of Godzilla media, maybe in the upcoming Monarch series or the Kong film. It's unlikely, but never say never. Would you like to see the Griffin in the Monsterverse? Let us know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this dive into the scariest monster we never got to see. If you want to see more monster breakdowns, then leave a like, because it helps us know what you want to see more of. Don't forget to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of Dangerville today. I've been Alistair, thanks for joining us here at New Dangerville. We'll see you residents in the next one.